Hello students, let us learn the preparation methods for ethers, how ethers are prepared. So the first method is dehydration of alcohols. It is for the preparation of simple ethers or symmetrical ethers. Simple ethers means they are having same alkyl groups on both sides. So both will be same. So both the alkyl groups are same. We can call it as simple ethers. If ROR dash, if we are writing ROR dash, that is a general formula for mixed ethers. So in the case of ROR or both the alkyl groups are same, it will be simple ethers. If the alkyl groups are different, it is mixed ethers. So this method is for the preparation of simple ethers. So the method is called a dehydration of alcohols. So the reaction condition is concentrated H2SO4 at 413 Kelvin. So this is the reaction conditions. So we can write the general formula. If ROH is an alcohol, here we need to take 2 molecules of alcohol. We can write the alcohol like this. So 1 ROH and the second molecule of ROH. So the reaction condition is concentrated H2SO4 at 413 Kelvin. So in this case, we know that concentrated H2SO4 is a dehydrating agent that will absorb 1 molecule of water. So we can write or we can eliminate 1 molecule of water from here. H2O will be eliminated and we will get ROR. So ROR, that is ether. So this is for the preparation of symmetrical ether or simple ether since both the alkyl groups are same. So we can write one example, C2H5OH ethanol. We can write 2 molecules of ethanol. So the reaction condition is concentrate H2SO4 at 413 Kelvin. The product will be 1 molecule of water is eliminated from here and we will get C2H5O C2H5 plus H2O. So in this case also we can see both the alkyl groups are same, C2H5, C2H5. For both the alkyl groups are same, it will be a simple ether. Here it is called a diethyl ether. So diethyl ether is formed in this case. Anyway, dehydration of alcohols in presence of concentrated H2SO4 at 413 Kelvin, we will get a simple ether. So one point is to be noted that if the reaction condition is little different, that is concentrated H2SO4 at 443 Kelvin, if the temperature is different, dehydration of alcohol takes place in this case also. If you are taking ethanol, so 1 molecule of ethanol is taking and the reaction condition is concentrated H2SO4 at 443 Kelvin, we know that here also dehydration takes place and 1 molecule of water is eliminated. We will get CH2 double bond CH2. Here we will get an alkene. So it is ethanol and it will be ethene. So that is the difference. If the reaction condition is different, that means the temperature is different. Concentrate H2SO4 at 413 Kelvin, dehydration of alcohol takes place and an ether is formed. If it is 443 Kelvin, dehydration of alcohol takes place and an alkene will be formed. In this case also, H2O will be eliminated. In both the case, 1 molecule of water is eliminated, but in one case the product will be ether, in the other case the product will be an alkene. Actually, it is from alcohol itself. Dehydration of alcohol takes place in both the cases, but the product will be different. So that is the difference in the reaction condition. That is because of the reaction conditions are different, 413 Kelvin and 443 Kelvin. So anyway, preparation of ethers, that is for simple ethers, we can use this method, that is dehydration of alcohols. It is in presence of concentrated H2SO4 at 413 Kelvin. So this is the first method for the preparation of ethers. Let us see the second method, that is actually a named reaction. That named reaction is called Williamson synthesis. Williamson synthesis. We can call it as Williamson ether synthesis. Actually, it is a synthesis for ethers. So, this is the best method for the preparation of ethers. In this case, we can prepare simple ether and mixed ether. Simple ether and mixed ethers. Both type of ethers can be prepared in this method. So, simple ethers and mixed ethers can be prepared in this method. This is a named reaction. It is called a Williamson synthesis, or we can say Williamson ether synthesis. In this case, we will take RONA, that is sodium alkoxide. Sodium alkoxide. So, sodium alkoxide is RONA, and RX, that is an alkyl halide. So, in this case, NaX will be eliminated and we will get ROR. This is an ether. So, this is a method for Williamson synthesis. This sodium alkoxide is taking, sodium alkoxide reacts with alkyl halide, we will get an ether, and NaX, sodium halide, that will be eliminated. So, here we will take one example. If it is C2H5ONA, this is sodium ethoxide. Sodium ethoxide. So, C2H5 is there. 2 carbon atoms are there, so it will be ethoxide. Sodium ethoxide and C2H5X. This will be ethyl. Instead of X we can write Br. So, ethyl bromide, an alkyl halide. Here we will get NaBr will be eliminated and we will get an ether C2H5O, C2H5 plus NaBr. So, here this is an ether, the name is diethyl ether. So, this diethyl ether is prepared from sodium ethoxide and ethyl bromide. So, sodium ethoxide reacts with an alkyl halide, we will get ether, that is called a Williamson's ether synthesis. So, this method is the best method for the preparation of ethers. Actually, best results will be getting if you are taking primary alkyl halide and tertiary sodium alkoxide. So, this is the best method, or the best, if we need to get the best result, this reagents should be used. That means primary alkyl halide and tertiary sodium alkoxide. So, if it is CH3Br, so this is a primary alkyl halide, and if it is tertiary alkoxide, we can write a tertiary group here. So, tertiary butyl group ONA. So, this is a tertiary alkoxide. So, this is tertiary. So, if primary alkoxide, primary alkyl halide and tertiary alkoxide is taken, we will get the best result, and we can expect an ether here, that is NaBr will be eliminated and CH3O and then the tertiary butyl group. So, this is actually a mixed ether. So, this alkyl group and this alkyl group both are different. So, it will be a mixed ether, mixed ether. One is CH3 group and the other is a tertiary butyl group. So two alkyl groups are different, so it is a mixed ether. So anyway, this ether or ether will be formed in this case since we are taking primary alkyl halide and tertiary alkoxide. If we are taking primary alkoxide and tertiary alkyl halide, if the reagents are different, the product will also be different. So if we need a better result or if we need an ether itself, we have to take primary alkyl halide and tertiary alkoxide. Here we will get an ether. But if we are taking a tertiary alkyl halide, so this is a tertiary group and this is a tertiary alkyl halide and a primary alkoxide. So this is a primary alkoxide. If this is taken, the product will be different. Ether will not be formed in this case. In this case, CH3O. So this group, this alkyl group or this alkoxide group will act as a base and this will abstract one hydrogen atom from here and here we will get an alkene. That means the product will be, so this will be the product. That means an alkene will be formed in this case. Alkene will be formed and CH3O will abstract one hydrogen from here. So the byproduct will be CH3OH. So CH3O will abstract one beta hydrogen from here and CH3OH will be one of the byproducts and another byproduct will be NaBr. So NaBr is again formed. So NaBr is another byproduct, but the main product will be alkene, not ether. So that is the difference. So if we are taking primary alkyl halide and tertiary alkoxide, we will get an ether. If we are taking tertiary alkyl halide and primary alkoxide, we will get an alkene. So in this case, alkoxide group, this alkoxide group will act as a base. So this will abstract one hydrogen from here. So in this case, this alkoxide group will act as a nucleophile itself. So if it is a nucleophile, we can expect a nucleophilic substitution reaction. That means Br is substituted with this group. So this we have studied in haloalkanes, the chapter haloalkane. So this is a nucleophile. So this alkoxide part is a nucleophile. This is a nucleophilic part. So this is the negative part and this will be the positive part. So this will be the nucleophilic part and nucleophilic substitution takes place and form either in this case. But in this case, this part, this is again a negative part and a positive part. So this part will act as a base. So alkoxide can act as a nucleophile and that also can act as a base also. So in this case, this alkoxide part act as a nucleophile and nucleophilic substitution takes place and ether will be formed. In this case, in the case of primary alkoxide, this alkoxide part will act as a base and this abstract a proton from here or a hydrogen from here and an alkene will be formed. In both the case, the reagents, the type of reagents may be same, but tertiary alkyl halide in one case and primary alkyl halide in the other case. So better results for the preparation of ether is this method. So this is the best method for the preparation of ether. So the alkyl halide is different, we can expect an alkene. So the reason is actually the alkoxide group. So RO minus, so this will act as a nucleophile and as a strong base. So this will be the reason. In one case it acts as a nucleophile, in the other case it acts as a strong base. So according to the type of the reagents, the product will also be different. Anyway, Williamson synthesis is actually for the preparation of simple ethers and for mixed ethers. So in that case, sodium alkoxide react with the alkyl halide produces ether. That is a method. So this is about the preparation of ethers.